Compound inequalities. Compound inequalities is a pair of inequalities shown by either an AND statement or an OR statement. That's what makes these a compound. Let's talk about each one in general. An intersection is the solution must be true for both of them. Just like in English, if I say I want a burger and fries, and you come back with just one of them, I'm gonna be annoyed. If you say and, you expect both of them. Expect overlap. Expect both. If you say or, then you have to be either one. If I said burger or fries and you gave me just a burger, I'm fine with that. I did say or. That's what an or is. A union. So it's just gonna be true for either inequality or both of them. So that's and or. And has both be true. But in math, you have to look for overlap. And or is either one's true. Okay. So let's understand this inequality. How could you use inequalities to describe the set of numbers graph below? So let's say they gave us this. This is a compound inequality. There's two graphs here. It's kind of hard to see. But right there's one of them, and then right there's the other one. What we want to do is that's one solution. Let's break it up to two separate solutions. Let's just take this part, and this right here would be -3 closed circle that way. If I want that in a math sentence, we would say x, which is this guy. Then we would go is less than, because that's what the arrow says, or equal to, because it is a closed circle, so equal to, and then the number -3. How about this side? Well, we want to transpose this guy down there, right? So here's 2, open circle that way. So we would say x, which is the line. You always start with the line. We would say it's greater than, because that's where the arrow is pointing. No line underneath it, because it's an open circle, so no line, and then the number 2. This line here combines both of those. It's saying x is less than or equal to -3, or x is greater than 2. This is an or conjunction, because you're going two separate ways, there's no overlap. So this is an or statement. Anytime they're going separate directions, it's an or statement. The next one, the answer is kind of the middle here. From here to there is our answer. We want to combine that into, this is an and statement. We're saying our x value here, right? So our x value, if you look at it, it's between -4 and 1. So you honestly just kind of write that way. -4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 1. Notice I put equal to on the one that's a closed circle, and I left the open circle without an equal to sign. So that's all you do. X is between -4 and 1, so make them both less than, and there you go. How do you write this as two separate equations? Well, one equation is starting at -4 and going to the right. So that's what this one is. And going to the right. So again, if I wanted to write that, this is my x. We would follow the arrow. So greater than, equal to, because it's a closed circle. You know, I missed a little spot. And then the number -4. This one is going the opposite direction. So this would be like open circle going this direction. So here is 1. And the way we'd write that, right? Again, we would start with the x. So we x, follow the arrow, less than 1. So that's our two statements that we combine in the and statement. We're looking for the overlap. We're looking for where we're less than 1, but greater than -4. That's how we get this combined one right there. So in this case, let's just write the compound inequality that connects it. So in this one, notice how, again, our x is right here. It's kind of hard to see, but our x is in the middle there. So we're just going to write x, and we're between those two. So greater than -2, but less than 6, and equal to 6 is a closed circle. In this case, I think it's actually easier because you have two x's. So we're going to write two equations, right? One of them is x is less than -5. No line because it's an open circle. And on this side, so it's an or statement. X is greater than, equal to sign because it's a closed circle, 7. Yeah. If you also wanted to separate this out, okay, like we did up here, and make it an and statement. So you could say x is greater than -4 and x is less than 1. You could either do that or you could do it combined. Either way is fine. Okay, let's solve a couple of these. So these are or statements that we're solving. And the way you do an or statements, the way you solve it, honestly, it's just like solving two problems. That's all it is. We're going to solve each one separately. So let's solve this one. Right, I want to get the x. I set the x, so let's subtract 14 from both sides. So I get 2x, these cancel out, is less than or equal to 6 minus 14 is -8, then we're going to divide by 2. Now keep in mind, I do get -4 here. I do not switch an inequality because we didn't divide by a negative. We divide by a positive, we just happen to get a negative. So you don't switch anything. So then here is -4, and then closed circle going that way. And honestly, I probably should wait till we get the full answer. So let's not graph yet. I should get the other answer to make sure, like, how to make a number line. Okay, let's do the other side. Here's my dotted line. I want to isolate the x, so I'll get x by itself. Let's get rid of that 5. Plus 5 plus 5. 3x is greater than 9. Then we're going to divide by 3. X is greater than 3. Okay, so we have -4 and 3. That's easy enough. We're going to put -4 on the left, 3 on the right. And really, it's just two separate graphs. -4 is here. Again, follow the arrow. It's going that way. It's closed circle because of the equal to sign. 3 is on this side. Open circle, and we're going to go that way, right? Follow the arrow. So that's the graph. Next one, another OR statement. So we're going to do the same thing. We're pretty much to solve two separate problems. So plus 7, get rid of that 7. You get 5x is less than 20. Divide by 5. X is less than 4. Again, let me wait to graph it because I'm not sure what's on this side. So let's do this one first before we start trying to graph it. Same idea, let's get the x by themselves. So minus 3 from both sides. -4x is greater than 8. Divide by -4. Oh, in this case we are divided by negative, so you do have to flip that inequality. And we get -2. So 4 and -2. So this one's going to be interesting. So we have -2 and we have 4. Let's graph each of them. So 4 starts over here. It's going this direction. -2 starts right here and it's going the same direction. So how does this work? Well, if this was an AND statement, I'll look for the overlap. So if I was in an AND statement, my answer would just be this part right there. But this is an OR statement. OR is fine with either one. So your answer is actually starts here and it goes all the way across. Right? If it was an AND, it would only be the overlap. But an OR statement takes either one. So our answer is actually just this graph from here on. So our full answer is literally just this guy. Or that graph from here to here. So that's how way that works. Okay, let's do a couple AND statements. This first one here, we have 3x plus 1 is less than 7. Now the way it's written, we're just going to do it like an AND statement. Basically do like an OR statement to solve each one separately. Because we have two separate equations. So we're just going to solve it like we have been. So -1, -1. And then you get 3x is less than 6. Divided by -3. X is greater than, -2. Okay. I divided by negative, so you got to switch to inequality. Don't forget that. Again, I'm going to wait till I get this answer before I start do my number line. So the next one. So there's our line. But we already do one side, the other side. So let's add 5 to both sides. So I get 2x is less than or equal to 914. Divided by 2. So I get x is less than or equal to 7. Okay, so we have -2 on this side. We have 7 on this side. So let's do -2 first. There's an open circle going that direction. And if I get 7, it's a closed circle going that direction. Again, follow the arrow, right? Notice how -2 is going to the pointing to the right. So that's going that way. 7 is going to the left. And now, this is the AND statement. So with an AND, with the compound, we're looking for an overlap. We're looking for they're both true. That happens in the middle here. So you could either shade it like that, or a lot of people like to redraw it. That would be my answer right there. Right, we're going from -2 to 7. That's the answer. So the next one, what happens when it's written like that, right? This is also fair game. You could write an AND statement like this. And actually, I prefer it this way. So the trick here is, whatever you do to because you're trying to solve the middle, whatever you do to one side, you got to do to all sides. So if I want to solve it, well, actually, there's two ways to do this one. One way is you could just separate it. If you really want, you could do it -12 is less than 7x plus 9, and 7x plus 9 is less than 16. So that's one way you could do it. You could just separate it. So if you want to do that, and then you could just treat it like this problem, and you're done. So if you, I understand this, I don't want to confuse myself, just do that, just separate. Do this left side, and then do this right side, and then solve it just like we did that one. If you want a little bit of a shortcut, though, when you have it in this form, whatever you do to one side, you can do it all sides. So first we want to get rid of this 9, because that's next to the x, right? Again, we're trying to get the x by itself. So I don't care about these guys. I want to get the x by itself. So let's get rid of that 9. So we're pretty much just going to do whatever we do to all sides. So -9 here, -9 here, and -9 here. Like that. -12 minus 9, remember they're both negative, so we get more negative. So we have -21 is less than or equal to 7x is less than 16 minus 9 is 7. Have that. Then from here, again, I want to get the x by itself, so let's divide by 7. Whatever you do to one side, you do to all sides. And you get -3 is less than x is less than 1. Again, I don't flip the inequality because you're just dividing by +7. You just happen to get a negative. And we get that graph. And how do you graph that? Again, my favorite way to graph. Here's -3. Here's 1. One side is a closed circle. One side is an open circle because of the equal to sign and non-equal to sign. And you're just between the two. And there you go. That's how you graph compound inequality. Can and compounds have no solutions? Let's answer that quickly. If you have an AND statement, could you have no solution? You can. Let's say we've said x is greater than 7 and x is less than 2. So if you're going to graph that, here's 2, it's going that way. Here's 7, it's going that way. There is no overlap. So that would be no solution. Okay, last let's do an application problem. So Enrique plans a diet for his dog, River. River consumes between 510 and 540 calories a day. River's dog food is 320 calories per serving. River's dog treats are 15 calories per serving. Calories each, I should say. If River eats 1.5 servings of dog food each day, how many treats can she have? Okay, let X be the number of treats River has her. So we're talking about calories, right? So the max is, what is it at? 540. And the min is 510. So we're going to go between those two, 540 and 510. So we're going to say 510s are lowest and 540s are highest. Now, we have to make an equation with this middle part here. River's dog can only get 320 calories of, like this is going to be our calorie intake right here in the middle. 320 calories per serving, but they do have 1.5 servings per day. So since that has to be 1.5 times 320 plus our dog treats. And dog treats are 15 calories each. So remember, we're trying to figure out how many dog treats we could give her. So it's going to be plus 15x. That's a mirror equation, right? The lowest you can have is 510. This should be 320, not 30. Sorry about that. They have about 320 times 1.5 each day, and we're trying to figure out how many dog treats, which are 15 each. So we set this equation. And now we have to solve it. So let's multiply that out. 1.5 times 320 is 480. Feel free to use a calculator on that. 510 plus 15x, 540. And then from here, we're going to solve it like normal, right? Whatever I do to one side, I can do to all sides, or you can break it up into two separate equations. I'm just going to do it to all sides. So let's go minus 480 to everything. And I'm going to get 30, is less than or equal to 15x, is less than or equal to 60. So like that. And then to get rid of the 15, we're just going to divide everything by 15. So I get 2 is less than or equal to x, is less than or equal to 4. So that means River, the dog, could have between 2 and 4 treats a day. Can have between 2 and 4 treats. So that's the general idea, right? So this is a quick recap, right? If it's an or statement, then you generally you're going to see it go opposite directions, not always. It might go the same direction. Or is mean either one's, you're happy with either one. If you have an and statement, they generally overlap each other. Again, if they don't, then it's no solution. If you're looking for the overlap with an and. That's the lesson.